Hello and welcome to The Gaggle, where we challenge and, if necessary, destroy media narratives. I'm George Szamuely. With me today, of course, is co-founder of The Gaggle, Peter Lavelle, host also of RT's talk show, Crosstalk. Well, Alexei Navalny, our old friend, is back in the news. He flew back to Russia on Sunday, and after his plane was diverted to another airport, he was arrested on arrival. And at this moment, while we're making the recording, he's apparently being put on trial on charges of having violated his terms of probation. So we don't yet know the outcome of this as we're making this recording. What we can say for sure at this time is that we're witnessing the massive, embarrassing hypocrisy of Western leaders who are all screaming and banging their fists on the table, demanding the immediate release of Navalny. The very same people who have not raised one word of protest over the treatment of Julian Assange. And let us remember that when Julian Assange's asylum status was unilaterally revoked without permitting Assange to appeal the revocation of his asylum status, British police stormed into the Ecuador embassy, seized Assange, and rushed him over to the courthouse, where he wasn't given any time to prepare a case. And the charges were immediately read out to him. He was convicted and hauled off to prison within a matter of hours. You know, he had no ability whatsoever to prepare to answer the charges of skipping bail. No protest, no one was angry about it, no one was anxious. And then we know what happened a couple of weeks ago, where a judge, having first ruled that it would be inappropriate to extradite Julian Assange because of the inhumane treatment that he would receive in a supermax prison in the United States, promptly sent him back to the supermax prison in the United Kingdom, awaiting the outcome of the interminable legal proceedings, which could go on for years and years and years. Again, no protest, no outrage. It's hard to take this hypocrisy. Peter.
No self-reflection there, okay? But we've gotten used to this from these elites. Okay, let's go back to Mr. Navalny. Mr. Navalny was not forced to return to Russia. He returned of his own volition. Why? Try to explain this to me in simple words. So he claims the Russian authorities and Putin himself poisoned him. Then he was treated by Russian physicians, said that he didn't find any toxins. And then he's asked or makes a demand to go to Germany. He is allowed to do that. He gets medical treatment there. There's a hiatus of weeks. And then we find out that the physicians that treated Navalny had some contact with MI6 and the CIA to debrief them. Right. I would have thought it would have been the other way around. Okay, I'm not going to quibble here. And so Navalny claims his own government tried to poison him, but he has returned. Why?
Very good question. Excellent question. If these people are out to assassinate you, why exactly are you returning? Why didn't you do what people were urging you to do, which is seek asylum? Countries would have been more than delighted to offer him asylum. But of course, that would
be the government in exile. Do whatever you want. You'll get money for it. Their handlers will take care of it.
Right. No, that's exactly right. So it didn't make a whole lot of sense, unless, of course, he had legitimate fears that his position as the, quote, opposition, unquote, leader in Russia would just simply be replaced by somebody else. And it's clear that Western powers were already looking around for some other you know, photogenic people to take over, you know, maybe a young woman, because they see how attractive, you know, young women like in Belarus were as the opposition. So I think Navalny had to check that. You know, he still wants to be the quote opposition unquote leader in Russia.
Well, he was convicted in Russia, okay, and he broke his parole, and he's returned to the country. So I mean, that's the law. They're obligated to follow up on this breaking a citizen breaking parole. I mean, he has to do that. I mean, you know, it's really interesting is that, you know, it's so often, you know, they talk the rule of law and, you know, freedom of conscience and all that. But, you know, they're the ones that are saying all the time, don't apply the law. Right. Don't apply the law in this case, because we say so.
Right.
Really?
No,
I mean, why?
Yeah. Right. Applies all across the board. I mean, remember, you know, with that that crook who we talked about before, about Bill Browder, about rule of law. This is the guy who had every kind of scam going in Russia for years. He was scamming Russia, shipping out millions of dollars, cheating on his taxes, setting up phony companies. Rule of law.
You saw the video. I think he was in London, I'm pretty sure, and he was being served.
Yes.
You know, and he ran away like a child. You know, it's like, because you have to have contact to be served, right? To post, okay. And so he realized that, you know, here's somebody coming with papers. He just turned around and run away. Okay.
And I think the video.
Well, if you have nothing to hide, why are you running away?
Yeah, and I think the video deposition of Browder is still on the internet. I don't know. I mean, it may have been taken down, but, you know, last time I looked, it was still on the internet. It is a fascinating exercise of, you know, Browder, who doesn't know anything about anything. I mean, every time a document is presented to him, I don't know what it means. It's in Russian. Sorry, I don't speak Russian. It's actually, and it just went on and on like this. It looks a very, very shifty customer.
But amazingly successful in selling a bogus story to Western governments.
Right.
It's amazing.
Right.
So we're going to keep an eye on Mr. Navalny here, but yeah, I mean, I've had slight contact with the criminal justice system in Russia. So I had lost my briefcase. Someone took it when I was in a store. Someone stole it, and so there was a video of it, and so I had to point out who did this and all that. But they do everything by the book. I mean, to the point where it's boring. Okay, but and it's slow. But they do it.
Right, right. Well, I hear that there's work about to take place in your background, so I think we probably need to bring this to a halt. All right, thank you very much, Peter. We will, of course, be maintaining our laser-like focus on the Navalny case. And remember, if you like the gaggle, please like, share, and subscribe. See you soon. Bye.